April 16th, 2026. It's a Stack News Day. Let's get into it. Today's sponsor is GridTerm. Run multiple terminal sessions side by side, perfect for Claude Code or Codex Power users who need their workflow on steroids. Gridterm.com, link in the description. Anthropic just dropped Claude Opus 4.7, and the benchmark numbers are kind of insane. On Cursor's internal benchmark, Opus 4.7 clears 70% versus Opus 4.6 at 58%. And on one company's production coding benchmark, it resolves 3 times more tasks than the previous version. The model also gets a new extra high effort level for finer control over reasoning depth, better high resolution vision up to 2,576 pixels, and new cybersecurity safeguards that automatically detect and block sketchy hacking requests. Anthropic's scarier model Mythos preview is still under wraps, but the early testers are already losing their minds over this one. OpenAI is not just going to sit there and watch Claude Code eat their lunch. They announced a massive Codex update that lets it run in the background on your Mac, opening apps, clicking around with a cursor while you work on other things at the same time. They also dropped 111 plugin integrations, so Codex can now read your Slack and Google Calendar and hand you a to-do list for the day. Add an in-app browser, cross-session memory, image generation, and pay-as-you-go enterprise pricing, and you've got OpenAI swinging hard. TechCrunch called this a low-grade war between OpenAI and Anthropic that's underselling it. Physical Intelligence just published research showing their new model, called Pi 0.7, figured out how to use an air fryer with only 2 examples in its entire training dataset. No one explained what an air fryer was. It synthesized what it knew and just worked. One of their researchers said he randomly bought a gear set, asked the robot if it could rotate it, and it just did. That's the LLM inflection moment for robotics. Physical Intelligence has raised over $1 billion and is reportedly now in talks to nearly double their valuation to $11 billion. Ronan Farrow, the journalist who took down Harvey Weinstein, just published a deep dive in The New Yorker about Sam Altman's, quote, unconstrained relationship with the truth. That's journalist for This Guy Lies. The Verge had Farrow on their Decoder podcast to break the whole thing down. The timing is rough. The story dropped right before reports of a physical attack on Altman's home, which The Verge was careful to condemn, but the reporting is out there now. When the guy building artificial general intelligence has a documented credibility problem, that's not a small thing. Mike Krieger, Instagram co-founder and Anthropic's chief product officer, just resigned from Figma's board the same day. The information reported that Opus 4.7 is going to include design tools that directly compete with Figma's core product. This is the soft apocalypse playing out live. AI labs eating software businesses for breakfast. Figma stock is actually up 5% since the drama, so the market is weirdly calm. Meanwhile, Anthropic is reportedly turning away investors at an $800 billion valuation. They don't need your money, they need your market share. Google upgraded AI mode in Chrome today. Now, when you click a source link, it opens side by side with the chat panel. No new tab, no losing your place. You can also select multiple open tabs and ask AI mode to search across all of them at once. It sounds like a small tweak, but this is Google's answer to everyone who keeps a ChatGPT tab open next to their browser. They're baking AI directly into how you explore the web. US users get it today. Everyone else gets it soon, which is Google for eventually. Probably. Here's the one that's going to sting at Anthropic HQ. Developer Simon Willison ran his famous Pelican riding a bicycle SVG test on today's 2 big model releases, Claude Opus 4.7 and Qwen 3.6 from Alibaba. The Qwen model, running as a 21 gigabyte file on his MacBook Pro, drew the better Pelican. Willison was upfront that this doesn't mean Qwen is smarter overall. Opus 4.7 is still the more powerful model in almost every real-world way. But if you specifically need an SVG drawing of a bird on a bike, he knows what he's reaching for. Open source keeps biting. Canva dropped AI 2.0 today, and they're calling it the biggest shift since they moved design from desktop software to the browser. The entire platform is now conversational. You type create a multi-channel summer campaign, and Canva builds the whole thing ready to publish. They've also integrated with Slack, Gmail, Google Drive, and Zoom, so the AI can read your emails and meetings to build context before it designs anything. Their image generation model is now 5 times faster and 30 times cheaper. Adobe launched something similar yesterday. Figma is having a very bad week. Adobe Analytics just dropped data showing AI-driven traffic to US retail sites is up 393% in Q1 versus a year ago. And here's the wild part, AI visitors are converting 42% better than regular human shoppers right now. A year ago, it was the complete opposite. Revenue per visit from AI traffic is 37% higher than from human traffic. 39% of shoppers say they now use AI when buying online, and 85% say it improved the experience. Retailers who haven't made their sites AI friendly are basically leaving money on the table. The robots are better customers than we are. Bernie Sanders rallied with union leaders today and told AI oligarchs to, and I'm quoting here, go to hell. Classic Bernie, he's calling for a pause on data center construction and warning that if nothing changes, the concept of a manufacturing job disappears within 10 years. Love him or hate him, someone should be asking these questions. Amnesty also published a piece today asking who's governing the 5 men who control AI: Dario, Demis, Elon, Mark, and Sam, building systems that reshape civilization with basically no one above them. The answer so far is nobody. Don't forget to check out Grid Term, multiple terminal sessions side by side, perfect for power users running Claude Code or Codex. Gridterm.com, link is in the description. That's your April 16th wrap. Come back tomorrow because this space never slows down.